Have you ever rubbed your eyes in the dark and watched grids and spirals bloom behind your eyelids? Or wandered an empty hallway at night and felt that liminal shiver like reality got thin? What if those aren't glitches, but glimpses of the blueprint? Here's the wild part. Most of us have been using that blueprint our whole lives without even realizing it. From rituals and prayers to money habits, from race day mantras to the way your breath climbs the staircase, it all echoes one pattern: the Fibonacci sequence, the universe's growth rhythm, the simulation's favorite spiral. Welcome everyone to the simulation frequency. Let's look at our lives closely. Our spending habits happen in waves, small, then a jump, and then momentum. Your creative bursts arrive cascading. One idea, a twin idea, and then a third that fuses them, and then it blooms. Even your scrolling and shopping happens in swells, as if some inner metronome is counting in spirals. We call it mood or energy, but underneath it's the same growth that shapes sunflowers, shells, hurricanes, galaxies, and yes, your habits. You are already running the code. Now let's make it conscious. Fibonacci is the simplest recipe for expansion. Each step adds the two before it. Nature loves it because it packs the most life into the least space. Petals, seeds, branches, blood vessels, even market waves. Pair that with fractals, patterns repeating at different scales, and you get the vibe of the simulation, efficient and recursive. That's why when the visual system gets shaken, like eye pressure phosphenes or a psychedelic surge, your brain falls back into geometry, lattices, tunnels, checkerboards, golden spirals, different inputs, same output, but the architecture is geometric. Liminal spaces feel eerie for the same reason. Fewer game objects are rendered, so your subconscious senses the grid underneath. Fibonacci is not trivia. It's the comfort food of reality. Humans are ritual animals. Witchcraft circles, candle lighting, prayer beads, kneeling, fasting, drumming. These aren't random. They're physical ways to impress belief into the nervous system. And here's your upgrade. Try ritualizing with the Fibonacci. How about ritual breaths? Inhale 1, hold 1, exhale 2, hold 3, inhale 5, hold 8. You're literally breathing spiral into your vagus nerve and heart rhythm. Try a candle or affirmation ritual. Whisper your intention on counts. Each repetition amplifies belief. Try spending rituals in your imagination. Nightly sats, like that drowsy Neville state. Imagine spending Fibonacci amounts, not to consume, but to practice flow. Money is a fractal of attention. The flow feeds the spiral. The ritual equals the embodied code. This spending ritual was actually introduced by a podcast that I was listening to with a gentleman named Matthew Cross. He has an entire workbook where you spend a certain amount of money according to Fibonacci. But really what you're doing is going in and using your imagination to figure out how you're going to spend the money. Spend the money now. Act as if you have the money in your hand. Set a certain amount and spend it mentally. Go through your imaginative process of writing it down and figuring out how you'll spend it. Break it all down, spend it in one lump sum, and then repeat the next day. And then repeat with those sequences for 21 days. It usually takes about 21 days to build this habit, to build this shift. And can it happen instantaneously? Absolutely. Can you shift in a moment and have your entire identity change? Yes, you absolutely can. You can sit in your oneness. You can accept your sourceness. But if that is not working for you, if you are not able to keep your awareness on specific things, if you're trying to reality shift or understand how this all works, just take a moment to step back and be the awareness and recognize everything that you're doing, everything around you is all coming from imagination. Whether it's your imagination or someone else's imagination, everything you see was imagined at some point and then brought into the material. This includes the entire universe. He also mentioned a story about Billy Mills, who was a notable Native American Olympic runner who won the gold medal in the 10,000 meter race at the 1964 Tokyo Olympics. He was the only American and the only person from the Western Hemisphere to achieve this. It's considered one of the greatest upsets in Olympic history. I watched Billy describe how he won the race, and he kept saying, even when he was in third place, he kept repeating in his head, "I'm in first place. I'm in first place. I'm in first place." And he had been visualizing this for years before that race. He knew he was going to win. And in every moment when he was in third place and kept directing his focused awareness, combining it with the physical activity of running, he was actually physically shifting timelines. And every time he took a footstep and ran and repeated the mantra to himself, "I am in first place," he even claimed he was blacking out and everything. He won the race. He was literally timeline shifting in active motion between physically moving his feet and mentally giving himself the mantra of, "I'm in first place." This was a perfect example of how you can actively switch your timelines, even if you're not where you see yourself in that specific moment in the 3D. Through the simulation lens, he wasn't delusional. He was collapsing probabilities. Each internal "I am in first" nudge physiology and focus. Neurochemically, dopamine signaled "it's near," sharpening motivation and stride economy. Norepinephrine tuned focus under stress. Serotonin stabilized the mood under load. Acetylcholine tightened the motor precision, and cortisol spikes were followed by adaptive drops, leaving calm intensity. Now put it on a spiral. Time his mantra to the Fibonacci cadence. Each swell a micro timeline jump. The body loves rhythmic ramps. The mind believes what the body repeats. This ritual, neurochemistry, and Fibonacci working together. I've asked myself, is rubbing my eyes releasing DMT? We don't need that to explain the same visuals, though. The pressure throws noisy signals at the retina cortex, and the psychedelics throw chemical noise. Rhythmic rituals throw psychological noise. The system rings into native geometries, grids and spirals. Different doors, but the same room. And yes, the simulation loves liminal messengers, amphibians carrying psychedelic keys between water and land, pigeons reading fine patterns better than we can, monks and witches using breath, beads, and circles to tune into the grid. It's all one conversation. So why does 21 days keep showing up in habit change? Because the nervous system updates in cycles. Receptors, rhythms, and your subconscious adopts what's repeating with feeling. By day 21, your avatar, the body plus the subconscious, has a pattern to follow. You'll notice you're randomly doing the right things because the ritual planted the map. We spend a lot of time trying to force reality, but the simulation doesn't speak force. It speaks pattern. You've been using the pattern all along, in the way you breathe, buy, pray, run, and daydream. Fibonacci just names the rhythm your life already prefers. So let's keep this simple. Experience it first in imagination. Give it a tiny body ritual: breath, steps, whispers, strides. Then let your avatar, the subconscious body, walk you there while you enjoy the scenery, the detours, the ebbs and flows. You're not inventing the code. You're remembering it. And once you start spiraling on purpose, you'll feel reality do what it's always done for sunflowers and galaxies. It turns towards the light and grows. Because shifting realities isn't about forcing miracles. It's about remembering you've been performing rituals your whole life, and the simulation has been listening all along. It's about realizing your imagination is a real operating system. Imagine it, feel it, and then let your avatar do the heavy lifting. Your only job? Enjoy the ride. Notice the patterns. Because you're not inventing the simulation. You're just remembering the code you've already been running all along. The real shift happens when you realize you can stop stumbling into it unconsciously and start flowing with it intentionally. So I know you are all going to manifest magic and resonate on your highest frequency. Bye, guys.